Hello, everyone. My name is Sandeep Gupta. I lead Global Strategic Alliances for NTT Data. For our Global GenAI Forum, we would like to invite a lot of our ecosystem partners to share their point of view and comments on the trends that they're seeing in the GenAI space. So today we have with us Psalti from Microsoft. She will be sharing with us her viewpoint on GenAI and how Microsoft is seeing the industry evolve. Eve, welcome to the forum. Thanks for taking the time. It'd be great if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Sandeep, for the kind introduction and the invitation. I'm really excited to be here. And so I'm Psalti. I'm with Microsoft. I'm a senior director in the AI engineering organization, where I've been for the past 4 years, but in the AI space for much longer. And and I'm really excited to be here because NTT has been a great partner of ours over the years, and we really depend on the co-development that our teams are doing. So excited to talk about it.
Great. I think over the last few years, we have collaborated very well with Microsoft on various initiatives, and we're seeing a lot of AI design wins together in the field. And in our discussion today, maybe we'll do some question and answers around trends, around what you're seeing in the market, what are some of the areas where you're having success. Maybe to kick it off, maybe I want to share, we recently did a survey of about 2,300 GenAI decision makers from 12 different industries spanning 34 different markets, and nearly 70% of those respondents were C-level. And what we found out that overall, there's genuine excitement and positivity about GenAI. I'm sure you're not surprised. 99% of the respondents are looking at doing more investments around GenAI. 90% of them said that legacy infrastructure is hindering their adoption of GenAI. 96% of them said that cloud-based solutions offer more practical and cost-effective means to support GenAI. So those are some of the things we are seeing. I'd love to hear from you what you have seen as trends, whether they're based on industry, based on phases of adoption, or even the tech stack evolution.
Mm-hmm. No, this is very, very interesting. And a lot of the results really align with what we see from working with, several thousands of customers over the years. And we've definitely seen a rapid evolution. AI is changing really fast. Also, we see, the democratization of AI models. They are becoming smaller, more efficient. Now we see multimodal models become, really a key in unlocking many different use cases. So now you can interact with, with an LLM, with a large language model, not only via text, but through video and audio and images. So it really enriches the experience, and it also unlocks innovation in multiple industries, from finance to healthcare to telco to retail. We also see the, outside of the LLMs, which again, I think are becoming more SLMs now, we see the multimodal AI, which transforms kind of like the way we interact with things. And also now we see AI agents coming into the forefront that can, still leverage the power of, an LLM, but connect different tasks and automate different tasks. So to increase productivity, to, drive, greater customer value. So there is a lot of, change, and what we've seen, it's great that, the survey says that there is a lot of excitement and there is a lot of adoption, and we see the adoption because there are clear ROI results. And also, there are some common patterns that we see when it comes to being successful at adopting AI at scale. In many cases, whether it's a large organization or a smaller kind of like startup, it's really important to start small, to have a couple of use cases that are low risk, high value, that the teams can really experiment with, and they can scale from there. Also, it's really important to align these use cases to specific business goals. In the beginning, we've seen a lot of customers doing AI for the sake of innovation, for the sake of a new tech. But if you don't ground these use cases and the use of AI in specific business goals, like look where the inefficiencies are, look where the manual processes are, and align kind of like the AI to work and optimize these areas, I think that's a much better way to go to market. And then, of course, the other piece that we keep that is essential is to continue upskilling and reskilling the teams that are going to be using, building, customizing AI. It's definitely a key component to adopt it in the fastest and safest and most effective way.
Sure. And I think that goes back to one of the topics is around AI ready org. Talent, of course, a key component of that. On one hand, we talk about talent getting impacted, but at the same time, how can we evolve talent and transform talent to support the AI initiatives? What are some of the other areas of what we call the AI ready org? Any other areas where you see?
No, that's a great question, because essentially every organization will become an AI enabled organization. And that really means that we're integrating AI in all parts of our operations, decision making, customer and engagement. It's not really only a tool, but it drives efficiencies, it drives further innovation within the company. The fact that you can automate repetitive tasks, you can really free up workers to do higher value work. Or you can improve the customer service that you provide to your customers. Maybe you can improve, or you can make your developers much more efficient because they don't have to write the same line of code several times. So I think the productivity gains that we can see from AI integrated workflows can be 20, 30, 40%. And also because of that, we see the translation into revenue growth. An AI-powered organization will be much more, much better position to drive, more revenue growth and also create a more competitive edge. So I think the future really belongs to organizations that really embrace and integrate AI into every department and to all the operations that they have.
Yeah. So to be AI ready or to be AI enabled, what do you think are the roadblocks for many of these enterprises based on your engagement in the market? Or what are some of the challenges you see for them to scale or be ready to be a AI-enabled organization?
That's a great question. And it's not a size fits all, because depending on your AI maturity level, the complexity as an organization, your legacy, infrastructure, and also the culture of the organization and their ability to change and evolve. I think, will depend on all of these elements, how fast these organizations, change or really embrace AI innovations. I would say that some of the barriers that we see is that AI is implemented as a silo tech project within one part of the organization, or it's considered, to be an innovation and it stays in the innovation kind of group. I think AI should be part of the business strategy. It should be a mandate from the CEO. It should be a common vocabulary and a common plan across the different, decision makers in the C-suite. And they should have a common set of goals and KPIs or results so that they can track whether they're making progress or not. In successful organizations, we see a central kind of like center of excellence, if you will, that creates that structure for all of these decision makers and all of these departments to come together, share best practices, learn from each other, and accelerate the way that they bring things to market. So definitely investing in the right governance is really key, and I think will solve a lot of issues. Also, the other thing that we see is that the misconception that an AI integrated project would work the first time perfectly. And that's not the case. Like with any other technology or innovation initiative, you will have to experiment and iterate, evaluate the results, fine-tune the outcomes to the use case that you have, inject your own specific data sets or information, ground this with real time information as well, and iterate, test, iterate, evolve, measure the impact, and then only be able to scale. So it can be a daunting process. So if the organization is geared to yield results fast without having kind of like a culture of evaluation and experimentation, they might, see some roadblocks when it comes to execution.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you look at the trend and the stack, I mean, what is specifically, Microsoft tech stack, if you have to comment on a few things, what are some of the unique things that Microsoft is bringing to solve some of these problems or overcome some of these barriers for our clients?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we come from a developer platform standpoint, right? So we want to provide the best tools, the best developer resources so that, our partners and our customers can develop and really enrich the platform and develop their own services and solutions. So it's really important to make sure that we have one unified AI platform where someone can come and pick the model or the models of their choice. Increasingly, we see organizations are experimenting with multiple AI models. So we want to make sure through the model catalog to give them that choice. Also, we see that models are getting fairly commoditized. So, making sure that we have one playground where you can pick and choose and experiment and evaluate multiple AI models is really key. And we don't keep the model catalog just for the proprietary pre-train models that we have. We see this as an open forum to bring third-party AI models as well. I think our collaboration with the NTT data team for the Japanese based LLM was really, really an exciting initiative. And we also want to provide the right tools for developers to, fine tune, customize this AI models, have access to tools that they can bring, they can build their own agents, that they can orchestrate multiple agents as well. So the value really, I mean, we provide kind of like the toolkit, if you will, and the value is a rich partner ecosystem who is taking advantage of this platform to build industry and scenario-based solutions on top.
Since you talk about the ecosystem and partners, what are some of the unique ways you're benefiting working with the ecosystem to drive outcomes for your clients? Of course, we're working together. We've had multiple design wins. We have jointly done a lot of work at companies like Continental, Daimler, Coca-Cola, and we continue to do that. But love to get your perspective for our clients as to how best they can use partners working with Microsoft to drive the outcomes.
Yes, I think it's a very collaborative effort because I think our joint customers will get the best of both worlds. We are committed to creating kind of like, the most up-to-date, easy to use, and powerful platform. And then we work very closely with partners like NTT Data that are very in tune to the specific scenarios by industry or by geography to build the right kind of solutions for that audience. So I think our customers are getting the best of both worlds, from top of the line, really tech stack, all the way into a set of applications that will be pertinent exactly to, their industry set of use cases or, their geography specific scenarios.
Great. Any last set of comments on this topic before we close?
No, I want to thank you again for this opportunity. I think a platform comes alive as many partners bring richness into the portfolio. They're the ones that are lighting up the different applications and they bring things to life. So it's a very exciting time because we're at a very fast pace and really innovative time. And I'm very excited for our current and our future opportunity to bring more of these innovations to our customers.
Great. Thank you, Eve. Really insightful comments and input. Thank you once again for participating.
Thank you.